The Scribe. There are certain rules that must be followed when writing in the language of the scribes. One cannot simply declare that a refreshing drink appears on the table without any means of it getting there. It was the first lesson I learned when I discovered the art, and it still frustrates me to this day. The language is, by any sensible definition, magic, yet it cannot achieve things as if by magic. I wouldn't be sat alone here in this tower with an aching back and heavy black bags under my eyes if it could. Of course, the first thing I tried was to populate the tower with every comfort it lacked, including, if I'm being entirely honest, some nubile guests. I had already been here for over a year by that point, with only dusty tomes and the cries of nesting birds high above for company. The stores of food I had brought with me were starting to run low, and I could not bring myself to abandon this place just as I was on the cusp of learning such an ancient power. It does work, though. If you follow the rules, you can make a few minor changes here and there. Now the people of the village a half-day's journey south bring provisions to the tower every fortnight, believing that they have always done so. I would make them bring more, but I cannot risk drawing attention to the tower. If I had them bring me a virgin or two, some passing hero would no doubt want to investigate. I've written some ingenious locks and traps into the lower levels of the tower just in case, but I'm not about to risk an end to my work just for the sake of indulgence. I need to read more of the histories before going any further. I need to know who the scribes were, where they came from, and perhaps most importantly, where they went. What could bring an end to people who had the power to reshape reality? Was this the seat of the gods who created this world, only to leave it unattended, their work complete? Was the power abused to the point of self-destruction? Are there other such nexi of power in the world, allowing others to reshape reality in this fashion? The histories make it clear enough that the location is as important as the art itself. The same process in any other place would have no power at all. The next question that follows is obvious. If I can indeed learn the full range of this power, what can I achieve? If the answer is as much as I suspect, then what do I want to achieve? I'm not an evil man and desire no great lofty station or an excess of riches. There are things about the world I would change given the chance. More and more my dreams have been showing me the good I could do with this power. One thing troubles me though. They were the first words I read when I finally discovered this tower, written not in the language of the scribes but my own native tongue, on a scrap of parchment nailed to the door of the chamber in which I now sit. It wants to grow. The later histories I have found seem to suggest that the nexus around which this chamber was built is somehow sentient, with a will of its own. No more was written on this subject as far as I can tell, but I wonder now if my idea to write the nexus larger, to flood the world with its power and extend the reach of my own abilities, truly came from me. Is the voice in my mind that whispers of what I could do were the world flooded with such magic coming from within me, or from the nexus itself? I believe I found the solution though. I can write the nexus larger, flood the world with its power, but circumscribe that power to be entirely at the mercy of the scribe, me. I can write a paradise if I'm careful about it, and make the world a better place. The nexus, if it is indeed sentient, can be made to serve the world. If it wants to grow, then let it grow. Let it cover the world in peace.